We don't produce.
So I had a complaint a while back, and I feel like I told Matt, but I don't know if I told Matt.
Is this okay for the show?
Yeah, it's all fine. Everything's
Okay,
fine.
just make sure.
So I was complaining that like if you like Rule 34 something, all right, there's a bunch of talented artists out there who are also perverts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you want like Android 18, and you want like a tasteful nude or something like that. Or if you just want like even a hardcore porn thing, right?
Damburo.
Right. Okay, whatever. I'm not well versed.
Okay.
I'm not going to come out here
Damburu
and
and
say I'm
Jelburu
professional.
are Buru websites where you can search for these things by tags
Listen,
or artists or what have you.
Listen. I'm an adult now.
I don't masturbate anymore.
No, I now never did.
Oh, you never even did retroactively.
No, I did, yeah, retroactively. Now I never did. Anyway, so my biggest complaint was like if you get like, oh, I want to see, I don't know, what's a girl? I don't even know girls anymore. What's Harley Quinn? A naked picture of Harley Quinn. Mm-hmm. You have these artists who are like, you know what? Let's not just do cartoon fetish. You can't be like, here's a naked Harley Quinn. It's like naked inflatable incest Harley Quinn.
Wacky
inflatable. It's like giant tentacle rapist on fire fetish. It's like one fetish at a time, please.
That's DeviantArt. That's not like the internet at large.
Rule 34, one of them, because there's two of them. The one that I go on is like awful for that stuff because it's like I can't just look at
green
like
one.
Yeah, I can't. Like I usually just look at the animated ones.
Yep.
And I'm just like, because normally, like, I've learned that you don't want to click on anything that's just a black screen because it will be something you don't want to see.
Ah.
But like if
that's a life lesson, I guess.
Yeah, but when it's just if you just go into the site itself, it's like I really do not need to see Loud Family Porn or whatever that show is.
Oh, the Loud House.
Loud House. Like I don't want to see it. It's pedophile shit. It's just they're all children. It's awful, disgusting.
Oh, Loud House. I forgot what that was. Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, please. And then, of course, in the animated one, there's always dogs fucking Lara Croft. I'm like, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, stick with one single fetish and maybe build on it as you progress. But it's always like, like this weird bestiality, incest, inflatable, like, one thing, please.
The newest thing
already
is the people fucking people in the head, like through the ears. Which is weird. It's weird because it's like the
you've been on.
It's Rule 34.
This is why I only look at Japanese hentai porn forged 1,000 times.
It's Blender or SFM. It's not real people.
Oh well, okay. I don't watch a lot of SFM stuff.
I do. So is this going to be like that thing where people are like, oh, what's this Mortal Kombat movie review thing? Oh, look at these fucking Logan Paul assholes opening up.
Oh, yeah, that got brought up again, like, not too long ago. Like, that video came up again, and I'm like, look, stop watching this. No, okay, yeah, no, so obviously, yeah. The new Mortal Kombat movie came
Final
out.
Fantasy VII.
No, the new Mortal Kombat movie came out. Alex is on the show. We all know what we're going to talk about. That's right, the George Floyd trial. Let's get no. Actually, I do want to talk about the Josh battle first.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that, Alex?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So
is this show like full politics now?
No. Josh battle is not politics. It's wholesome. Trust me.
Everything
it's
is
so
politics
wholesome
now.
that it makes me think it's a fucking it's like a corporation sponsored it or something.
Look,
I like that. Like back in the day, it was like the number one rule of show: no politics. Let's talk Gamergate.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, now they do. They won't shut up about it. But no, the Josh
hypocrites.
A year ago.
To be fair, it was the internet's 9/11.
It was a year ago. A guy named Josh Swain made a joke Facebook group inviting a bunch of other Josh Swain, saying that they were gonna meet up in Nebraska in 1 year to have a battle, and whoever wins gets to keep the name. So, like a week ago, someone was like investigating, because he put coordinates. So someone actually went to the coordinates and found out that it was a private property owned by a guy, like a farmer. So the guy like knocked on the door and was telling him about it, and he didn't know what was going on. So he like went on Reddit and said, "Look, if this is actually going to happen, you can't have it here because it's private property. This guy doesn't want like 100 people showing up at his farm." So the original poster, the Josh Swain, came in the Reddit and said, "Oh wow, I didn't think this was going to be an actual thing, but since it seems like it will be, let's plan." He had this like plan set up, and he's like, "Okay, there's not actually there won't be any actual blood sports involved. It'll be anyone named Josh Swain will have rock paper scissors, and anyone else named Josh can battle with pool noodles in a big battle royale thing." So it was him and one other Josh Swain showed up, and they had of course, he showed up with a T-shirt with his own name on it, which is fantastic. Oh, the other thing I'd like to mention too is that he in this post he said, "Look, it's not. People don't often have this opportunity to turn a meme into something good." So he was like, "Let's here's some charities that I like. Maybe you could donate, and also let's bring some non-perishable goods, and we'll do a food drive." So
good, cool.
Yeah, he actually did it like a good thing on top of this meme. And then a bunch of Joshes had the pool noodle, and I'm watching this guy's video. I forget the name of it now, but I didn't know any of this yet, and I'm watching this video, and I see a little kid out there. I'm like, oh, please tell me the little kid won. That would like put this thing over the top. And of course, little Josh, King Little Josh, won. And there's like all this artwork of him because like they put
that's awesome.
It was so. I didn't have my medication yet in the morning, so I was getting a little teary eyed. I was like so cute.
You didn't have your emotion suppressing.
I didn't have my emotion suppressance in me yet. It was
Josh Slane.
Yeah, Josh Slane. So he and it was funny. So they put a little a Burger King crown on him, but it was too big for his head, so it slipped over him. So it's like covering his face. So one guy drew him like in like a battle suit. Well, actually, the kid was wearing he looked like a cross between a Ghostbuster and like he had like a paintball mask on. He looked fucking rad. This little 4-year-old. And of course, the pool noodle's like twice as big as him. So people have drawn him with like the Final Fantasy Buster sword in his hand.
Yeah.
It was so cute. It was awesome.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm glad an actual nice thing happened with like hundreds of people meeting up in a public park.
I will be glad to see that posted on dudes posting their W's later.
He did. I love that page.
Yes. Almost as much as I love women posting their L's, but
journalists posting their L's is better. So Mortal Kombat.
David has finished the movie, and now as I'm doing this, I'm going to constantly be getting notifications about what he thinks and him finishing. This is the fourth one already.
I will admit, I mute this group sometimes because it gets to be a little much.
Yeah, we like to talk a lot.
It's usually at night, and I'm like, all right, so let me start right off the bat.
Wait, is this a group I'm not a part of? What the hell?
Yes,
we do a game night, and the only reason you're not invited is because if you were to show up, we'd have no games to play. Because there's like a player cap for most games, but then you never know who's going to show up. For future reference, you are invited, but if you show up, we might just not be able to play anything.
I do a lot of game nights with the Nude Clan guys anyway, so it's not like the end of the world.
I don't need you guys anyway.
I got friends out in Utah.
Oh, yeah, at some point. Next time we do, the fucking... What the hell's the name of that game? I can't think of it. The one we did with the 2 mines. Simulator? Well, we always do Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
But, oh my god, what the fuck was it called? Mind Waves? Wavelengths.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It was Wavelength, yeah.
Yeah, Wavelengths. That was some good shit, and I'll invite you to that. It's basically the short version is you get a topic, and it's just most delicious, most disgusting, and then there is a meter, and it randomly chooses where on the meter you have to pick something that you think your team will agree is in that area, but they can't see the meter.
Oh, it's like a Jackbox game.
It's a little Jackboxy, but it's a game. Anyway, Mortal Kombat is a game.
Are you telling me you don't like Jackbox?
I hate Jackbox.
Oh, man.
It's probably because you play actual board games, I guess.
No, that was a joke. I love the Jackbox.
Oh, I was going to say.
Are you kidding me? That's like some of the most fun you can have.
I never played it, actually.
You loved it. You don't know Jack back in
Yeah,
the
I
day.
never actually played Jackbox.
Holy shit. If I can figure out, you want to make me sound old and stupid to anyone listening. If I can figure out how to stream on Twitch effectively with no lag, Jackbox will be a blast, and I'll play.
You can stream on Discord effectively with no lag. Invite me to this group or whatever, and we'll go on Discord and we'll play. I have Jackbox 6 and 7, which
let's just make our own Jackbox with Tabletop Simulator.
No, because Jackbox
Yeah, one
7
more.
has Jackbox 7 has Champed Up, which might be my favorite game in the entire series.
I can't believe you've never played a Jackbox game, Matt. You would.
I don't have friends.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Real quick, the premise of Champed Up is everyone gets like the champion of something, and you have to draw that champion on your phone. Then another person gets your drawing, but they don't get what the championship is. So you have to.
It's one of those.
That person has to draw a person to fight that drawing, but doesn't know what the contest is. And then, like, later when you play more games, like if you play with the same people, you can sub in old drawings from older rounds. It's great. It's fantastic.
I see. Matt, I think you would hate Jackbox for the first 5 minutes.
Oh, probably.
You'd just be like, these guys are annoying. They're trying to be really funny, and it's stupid, and I don't get what I'm doing. And then immediately you'll be like, oh, everyone else is really bad at this too. This is just kind of fun.
All right, that is a fair assessment of how I would react.
Because a lot of them has to do with like random trivia or drawing, but it's all on your phone. So like even people who can draw shitty.
Yeah,
and you only have like 15
I mean, for
seconds.
fuck's sake, Quiplash is literally just apples to apples, but you get to write in your answers instead of
it's a
picking
better
from the
version. It is a better version of a lot of games you've already seen.
Yeah.
Just like Mortal Kombat.
Jackbox 7 has one called Talking Points, which is literally just improv, but like it's great because you're giving a presentation and someone else is controlling the slides. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, like in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, like in Mortal Kombat when Jax was giving his speech, it's like, I'm going to go up, I'm going to get in my boat, I'm going to go up Reefer.
Yep, Reefer. That's right.
Please,
I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Shao Kahn's ass so
questions,
hard.
Please.
Yeah, no, let Mitch finish. He goes up Reefer.
Get it, guys? Because I was quoting the wrong movie.
And I kick that son of a bitch Shao Kahn's his ass. Anyway.
So what did you think of the movie, Alex? As like a super freako information guy?
All right. So I do want to put a couple things up front here.
Mm-hmm.
One, I don't really remember the sequence of events in that movie. The editing was a little eh.
Well, yeah, that was... Well, if I could say, my only two complaints really were the editing was kind of bad in spots, and the music was either generic or non-existent, except for the end when they actually started doing stuff with the theme, but...
I agree. So I might jump around if we're doing like a point by point. I don't really know how to do that.
Secondly, I have my own questions, but I just want to know what you felt about it.
I'm glad because the second thing I want to bring up is that I tried my very hardest to go into this with an open mind and a realization that like this is a completely different universe. If my big complaint is they weren't true to the story, then I'm watching the wrong movie.
Oh, okay. That might actually answer a lot of my questions then.
Well, no, because it is a thing of like, I know you wanted me to tell you like what the differences were, but like the difference is the movie. Like, so a lot of it is like, oh, well, this didn't happen, but that's because 20 other things didn't happen.
Right.
But like specific questions will be helpful. I will say, as far as, I know this is getting a lot of hate, but that's from like Mortal Kombat forums and reviewers.
Okay.
And like Mortal Kombat characters are like, they should have given Reiko a 2-hour movie, like it's a fucking Marvel cinematic universe. And while I agree, it's not realistic.
No.
But all things considered, the movie was okay.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm saying it's okay, then that means the movie was probably good.
Yeah.
So, I will say there are some huge problems I do have with it. There are few and far between, but the few that I have are huge problems.
If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, or just in general?
In general, but as a Mortal Kombat fan.
Okay.
Like, there are some things that go beyond, like, oh, you didn't tell... I'm actually thankful they didn't just tell the first tournament again.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing that again, and they at least tried something different, so I will give them some credit to just not do that again. But there are some instances where I'm just like, other universe aside, this is fucking dumb. Like, why would you do this?
Okay.
So I guess, like, ask me some questions.
Yeah, so have they ever tried to explain how the combatants have got their powers?
So yes and no. the Arcana thing was something, like, initially I didn't hate it. Because I was like, it was always this unspoken chi kind of thing. Like, you can believe Liu Kang can shoot fireballs because he's a Shaolin monk, the White Lotus Society.
Right.
Kung Lao can teleport. It's more of a magic hat. It's not that he's magic, so that's fine.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, Kano shoots a laser out of techno gear. Jax has, like, robotic arms. He's an engineer. Like, he invented those arms himself, and he made them to make himself stronger. The fact that it's all magic was a little odd to me. Like, the second Kano shot a laser out of his actual eyeball, I was like, oh.
I just realized this kind of made them all X-Men.
That's an idea. A little bit.
Yeah, I just realized that right now.
Sonya always, like, she had the purple rings. MK1, MK3, MK4, she had, like, more of a military outfit, and the graphics still sucked. But come MK9, they decided to be like, no, it's more technology. Like, she wears these gauntlets, she shoots them off. In MK11, there's a scene where Kano kidnaps Sonya and puts her in a cage match with Cabal and steals her gauntlets, and you can't use any of her normals or her ring moves. She doesn't have her techno gauntlets.
Okay.
So, the technology thing has been a thing. I will say, when I saw Jax trying to lift that big stone hand off of Sonya with his little dinky arms, I was like, please don't tell me he tries extra hard and that somehow makes these arms work.
I said the opposite. I was like, oh, this is where he's going to get his arms.
Well, I didn't expect the Arcana. Like, I hadn't connected in my head yet that that's what was going to happen. And I was like, you can't work out a machine. That's not how that works.
I see.
If a hinge doesn't work, you can't try harder to make it
That's
work.
a whole fucking plot point in Teen Titans where Cyborg is like, I'm only
I know.
good.
Listen, Cyborg really likes cars and hates being a robot, and that's, like, his defining. It was pretty dumb in Teen Titans, but at least it's part him. So it can be like the human parts trying. When you have a shitty robot arm, that doesn't make the hinge work better. But then they did it through magic, and I was like, okay, I get what they're doing. I still don't like the idea of, like, technology magic. That's a little weird, but I guess it's unique.
They're probably just trying to, streamline and simplify.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the audience can't understand technology.
No, I just mean,
magic,
like,
on the other hand,
everyone having their own different, like, thing is just too much for a movie like this.
Yeah.
If it was a series,
the audience isn't going to be able to memorize all the
too.
fucking. The audience isn't going to be able to memorize all the moves to do, like, the supers.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But, like, yeah, they tried having a series, and it was trash.
Well, but, like, now they probably could do a better job. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah. It is
we'll
now,
see where
they
this
apparently
goes.
didn't, but whatever.
Well, all right, so to segue slightly, because I'll bring it up as it goes instead of just having, like, a big, long ramble, so I miss stuff. But Jax is one of the characters who I feel like wasn't treated very well.
Oh, okay, because I was going to ask that, too.
So
all the characters.
Yeah, the character-wise. The actor did a very good job. He looks the part, he acted the part.
Yeah.
He was great. He did a great job.
Is your complaint that he didn't have a cigar?
Now it is.
Oh.
No, cigar thing is new. That's, like, new timeline Jax stuff.
Oh, okay.
But, like, so Jax, in this movie, he's kind of a hardened special forces who gets his arms shattered. First, let me start this off. Jax's arms is now a meme.
Yeah.
Because every time they tell a story, Jax loses his arms in a different way. And the GTA San Andreas meme of, like, oh shit, here we go again. Like, that has been, like, a circulating meme on the MK forums. Where it's just like, oh, new timeline being told, Jax's arms, oh shit, here we go again. Because it's like, first Jax didn't lose his arms, then Jax didn't need his metal arms, then Ermac broke his arms, and Goro broke his arms, now Sub-Zero's breaking his arms. Like, this guy's arms. You never know what's going to happen next. But so he's like a hardened special forces. He gets his arms shattered by Sub-Zero. Then the White Lotus builds him these little dinky mechanical arms, and then magic makes them Terminator arms.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, geez, when you put it out like that, it does sound pretty stupid.
Well, all right. So Jax has, like, this identity crisis because he's, like, really weak and everything. And granted, like, normal Jax would have that same identity crisis, but, like, the OG Mortal Kombat Jax, he is literally the strongest. Like, he partakes in World's Strongest Man competitions. He is touted World's Strongest Man.
Oh, like the real guy.
Well, yeah, John Parrish.
Yeah.
I would love to see Jax in one of those, like, Russian slapping fights.
Just knock the guy's head clean off. That'd be cool.
No, he does the clap, and he just kills them. So, yeah, he partakes in those. And then when Outworld attack, he goes and helps the second tournament in Outworld, and he's like, oh, shit, I'm stronger than humans, but there's shit out there way stronger than me. I can't fight this. And then he builds these prototype metal arms to make himself stronger and puts them over his existing arms. This is the original timeline.
Okay.
And then throughout time, he upgrades them. He becomes, like, head of the IOA, which is, like, this organization Sonya and him started when it was, like, they go to the government and they're like, there are portals to Otherworld, and the government is like, you are insane, shut up. And then Shao Kahn attacks and they're like, oh, okay. Okay, have your own branch of the military. And he is, like, the lead engineer. He is the techno guy. Like, he built his arms. He built, if anyone played MKX, Takeda. He's got, like, this metal suit with these whips that come out. Those are Jax's inventions.
Okay. What does IOA stand for? International
the Outworld Investigation Agency.
Okay.
Outer World Investigation Agency. So Outworld specifically, but, like, they try to check other realms when possible. They learned how to, like, mechanically create a portal, because portals used to be very important in the old timeline. Now everyone just kind of walks through them at will.
Yeah.
But yeah, he used to be, like, very strong, very, very smart, and I think they stripped a lot of that away from him by just having the monks build him shitty arms and then having him kind of earn them back.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
He spent a lot of the movie kind of sulking.
Mm-hmm.
So I did think they did him a little dirty. One thing that others have brought up, near the end of the movie, he's like, I'll take Reiko, this is personal. I'm like, what, from the 5 seconds he looked at you funny? Remember when Bihan shattered your arms? Is that not personal? Why would you choose Reiko?
Now, I didn't know, is Reiko a real character?
Yes. Oh, God.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
If Alex says the name, it's a real character.
If we're talking about doing dirty, I think Reiko got it the worst.
Because I didn't even know he was a real person.
Reiko has its fan base. There is a niche fan base. People really like him.
What game is he from?
He's originally from MK4. He appeared in Armageddon.
Okay.
And kind of not seen again. He was very prominent in the MKX comics.
Oh.
And if you only played MKX, someone in passing mentions the Reiko Accords, which is this agreement that Outworld has with Earthrealm. And the comics is basically explaining, like, the whole arc leading up to MKX and what the Reiko Accords are. And it's basically like a truce. Like, to put it super simply, it's a truce. Like, they're not going to attack each other because of some stupid shit Reiko did.
The Reiko character isn't like a dumbass.
No. So here, Reiko is a general of Outworld.
Oh,
he is one of the best generals Outworld has ever seen. He died and went to the Netherrealm, and the Netherrealm was like, you're such a badass general, fuck the torture, you're going to lead our army. We're going to put you in the Brotherhood of Shadow. Like, he is, like, in cahoots with, like, Quan Chi and Noob Saibot and the Brotherhood of Shadow and stuff, and he was resurrected by being a badass. And when he was resurrected, Shao Kahn was like, get the fuck back over here and lead my armies. You're a genius. You're a badass.
Oh, they fucked him in this movie.
Yeah, so they made him a big lumbering dummy who I don't even think he speaks.
Not much.
I don't even know if he says a word, and if he does, it's like a blah, 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 so I didn't notice they were words.
Yeah.
So he is absolutely one of the most disrespected. Later on in the new timeline, he ends up, like, fucking Melina.
Oh.
In order to, like, begrudgingly fucking Melina, because he knows she's going to power, and he's trying to, like, pull the strings. Yeah. Do you have a soundboard now?
Yes.
Maybe.
You fucking sellouts. All right,
I didn't do it!
Get him away.
So,
Anyway, keep talking about how he fucked Melina.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
That actress is really hot, though. The one who plays Melina?
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
Oh, dude, I saw the pictures and I was like...
Don't come.
And then he came.
You're literally doing Talk Radar.
I know he is.
What the?
I said that to him. He's lost it.
Listen, all right. The worst thing you can do next to having soundboard is mentioning the soundboard. Anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
If you wanted to know, like, oh man, too shock jockey. Now you're doing fucking literal soundboard. Anyway, so what the hell was I talking about?
It's not shock jockey. I just do this shit.
You gotta have the loud moaning sound too.
What?
So Reiko's sleeping with Melina Big Red.
Afraid to give your pony some cum.
All right. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. So that happens. Whatever. They did Reiko dirty. He has a big arc in MKX. That's all.
What about is the chick with the wings a real character?
Yes.
My god!
Yes, so Natara is another one that they did.
If he says a character,
dirty. Listen,
if he says a name, or
I did not
there's
say
someone
Natara
in that movie,
yet.
they're a real character.
I did not say Natara yet. But Natara is a character.
Oh, yeah.
No, if they're in the movie, they're a real character.
Well, I just didn't know.
Well, Cole Young isn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There was some precedence.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm looking at the Mortal Kombat wiki right now, and there's a page for Cole Young. So
yeah, of course there is.
Now,
he's going to be in Mortal Kombat
12.
XII. Yeah.
So Natara is another one. So apparently, leading up to this, there was somebody mentioned that like we will find a place for all these characters, even ones lesser known like Natara, and everyone was like, "What? We're going to bring up Natara?" Because people have been asking for her for a while. She was originally in Deadly Alliance. She is a vampire. There is a realm of vampires that was taken over by Outworld and merged with Outworld. That's Outworld's whole thing. Shao Kahn attacks, he wins the tournaments, and then he merges them with Outworld. So Outworld is this like giant wasteland landscape of all these different species and races, but like it can't sustain itself, so it's like hellscape.
Okay.
But her realm was taken over, so that's why like there isn't a million vampires in Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
So her deal, which is a very, very strange way to put her in this movie, she is... So, first, let me get your impressions. If you were to tell me anything about Natara, what did you take away from this movie?
That she got killed.
Cool. Could you maybe, like, any personality traits, any outstanding features, anything?
No.
Okay.
She seems super dead.
They definitely wanted you to know that she is beautiful.
Yeah, I did want to fuck her.
That was never anything in Mortal Kombat. She was never touted as being super beautiful or having a relationship with anybody. So she hates Outworld. She hates Shao Kahn. She is an archaeologist.
Oh, okay.
Who has tried to study the way that Shao Kahn does his magic and is trying to separate the vampire realm from Outworld. And she finds a way to do that. He has these, like, orbs. They're like these seething orbs that is like the representation of the merger of a realm. Mm-hmm. And she knows that they're hidden around Outworld in places people can't get to. So what she does is she finds out that the vampire-based one is in this volcano. And she's like, I can't go in there. I'm a fucking vampire. It's a volcano. Like, it's a pretty good hiding spot, but I know it's there, and I know how to smash it. Like, I need an incantation and a crystal. Oh, I'm MacGuffin shit. But I can't get to it. So she makes... Because she's an archaeologist, she manipulates Reptile into helping her. Because Reptile at that point in time is like separated from his species. So he's like turning more into a reptile. He's getting feral. He's getting insane. And she's like, yo, I have this sword of your people. You know, I know the history of your people. I can teach you. I'm your friend. I can do all this shit. All I need you to do is there's a robot walking around here and I need you to smash his arm up. Because if you smash his arm up, then he can't teleport out of here. And that's Cyrax. I don't know if you know Cyrax. Yes. He's the yellow robot.
Yeah.
Without like getting into everyone's connection to everyone. At that point, he was working with Sonya and Jax, and he was on a mission. Reptile breaks his arm, so he can't teleport. So Natara goes to Cyrax and is like, "Yo, I can teleport you back home, but I need you to go in this volcano because you're a robot and you'll be fine. So Cyrax goes in, gets the orb for her. She teleports him out, smashes it, and separates the vampire realm from Outworld. She fucking hates Shao Kahn. Mm-hmm. She hates the whole merger thing. She wants out. And in the movie, I guess she's beautiful, and she gets buzzsawed.
Yes, that
and
was
also
cool.
Works for Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been a little more effective if maybe like the heroes were in Outworld and met Nitara, and she was just like, Shao Kahn's a scumbag, and you should be afraid of the merger. It's a bad thing. And I myself is trying to get out of this to maybe like wake the good guys up to be like, oh shit, because they seem to not know what was going on for a lot of the movie.
Yeah, at least half of it.
Yeah, so I think that would have been a good way to be true to her character, give them motivation, and not screw up the story they were trying to tell, but instead they just made her fly into a hat. When she flew in, like, Kung Lao takes his stance, and my girlfriend was like, I hope he does the buzzsaw. And I'm like, I'm kind of sick of the buzzsaw. I've seen the buzzsaw, like, in three different games now, and then it's the buzzsaw. So, 4 times. We got 4 times.
Well, again, but as someone who doesn't know all this stuff, but knows more probably than most because of you. But like with the whole buzzsaw thing, I was like, ooh, he's gonna do the buzzsaw. Like I was excited.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's cool. It's a cool thing. And there are some things where it's just like, I had my ooh moments. Like when Sub-Zero did the ice clone, I was like, ice clone. I haven't seen that in like 5 years.
Yeah, or
it's cool.
I didn't even. So the first time I watched this movie, I watched it with my friend through Discord, so I'm just watching it on on my computer monitor, so I didn't even notice that. When I was watching it on a TV last night, I was like, oh, he did the fucking ice clone. Or the like the blood ice, the blood dagger or whatever. That was cool too. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. There's this one podcast I listen to, Nethercast, and in the trailer, that's in the trailer where he stabs Scorpion. He freezes the thing, stabs him, make wall of ice, and throws him into it. And he's like, "Oh, he meter burned it. That's pretty cool." What was I gonna say? Oh, one thing they did, to where credit is due, like, because Kung Lao, I think they did great. He looks amazing. His attitude was pretty spot on, and I'd never ever seen a Kung Lao use his hat like a shield before.
Oh, really? Oh, because that was
cool.
I've
never seen that, and that was something wholly unique. And super credit to that guy. He was doing Kung Lao's moves.
Oh.
Like his I don't just mean like throwing the hat and teleporting, like his normals. He was fighting like Kung Lao. His stances, his attacks, that was straight up reference Kung Lao.
Oh, wow.
And that was very, very impressive. Like I recognized normals.
Oh shit.
So he did a very good job. Lots of credit. A lot of people put a lot of effort into these roles. But I want to do the good with the bad as your questions come in. But that's Jax done dirty, Nitara done dirty, Reiko done dirty. Real fucking bad. Kind of unacceptable.
Well, I was going to say, I thought what was funny, we're talking about the characters anyway. See, I get their name, Liu Kang.
Yep.
I always see that thing on Twitter where it's like a good character design is if you can recognize them from their silhouette. When he shows up over the ridge of the sand, I was like, "Oh, that's Liu Kang." And he's in shadow, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I actually recognized him. He's just a guy with long hair, but somehow I recognized him.
So I don't know if this was on purpose, but like it did seem like they knew stuff. They just were doing their own thing. Like they were not completely.
I don't think they were independent from the games at all. Because the little that I know, I feel like they... Yeah, I mean, now that you tell me how they fucked these characters up, but for me, as a guy who didn't even know those characters were real, like, I can't be upset about that. And they probably they were probably also thinking that. They're like, well, you know, you're probably not going to please Mortal Kombat fans, super fans, regardless. And these characters, we need people to die. So we'll pull these... Because we can't... I mean, they killed...
Kung Lao.
They killed Kung Lao, which surprised me, but in a good way. I was like, oh, that sucks because I like him, but I'm surprised they killed him. That's why I was like, well, these other people can't be real. Because, like, you know, you're not going to kill, I don't know, you're not going to kill Sonya Blade, right? I mean, you're not going to kill Johnny Cage. You're not gonna have Johnny Cage in this movie just to be killed, you know?
I guess.
I
mean,
I don't know.
Johnny Cage dies in the games twice.
Oh well, all right. Well, I'm just trying to think of like
and he died in Annihilation.
Oh well, shit. I'm just trying to think of characters that the masses know that they would be surprised if they got killed.
I get it, and Kung Lao is definitely one of those.
Yeah.
But here's my point of view of that. If like you don't know Reiko exists, you don't know Natara exists. You are literally only putting those characters in there because you know someone else is going to appreciate that they're there. Why do them wrong?
Yeah.
The audience who doesn't know who they are won't know that they're right, but they won't know that they're wrong. The people who know who they are will know that it's wrong, so just do them right.
Yeah.
It's like what happened with the Sonic movie. It's like they put little references in there, and it's like, I mean, people who know are going to know this is wrong. Yeah, exactly.
There are plenty of references in this movie. Like, plenty of references.
I mean, I recognize Baraicho. That was one for me.
Yeah.
And then when they were looking through her wall of conspiracy, I saw I was like, oh shit, I know these characters.
Yeah, Kotal Khan's in there.
Yeah.
Night Wolf is in there.
What about Meat?
Meat does not make an appearance.
Oh, I was going to say,
as far as
he?
I can tell, there was not. But the murals, when they were going through the murals, the first one is the Great Kung Lao, who is beating the shit out of Shang Tsung in that mural, which is a thing that happened.
Oh, shit.
Then Shang Tsung comes back with Goro, and then Goro kills the Great Kung Lao, and that's why Kung Lao has this, like, vendetta against Goro.
Oh, okay.
That's why, like, he was Earthrealm's savior for the longest time, and then Goro shows up. Shang Tsung's like, fuck it, I'm going to get Shokan to do this. And then he kills him, and then Goro leads them to the next 9 victories. And that's why it was a big deal, because it's like, fuck, our savior is gone.
Oh, and they kind of fucked up Goro in this, too.
Listen, I'll get into Goro. I'm furious about Goro. That was one of the few times in this movie I was like, fuck you.
Oh, wow.
Mostly I was accepting, but that was not. But we haven't talked about Cole yet. We'll get there.
Did Johnny Cage punch him in the nuts again? Oh wait, Johnny Cage isn't in this movie.
No, that would have been excellent.
Well, he was. He's teased at the end, but yeah.
A couple of things, like Shao Kahn has a mural, which is cool. But then Taven, Dagon, Delia, and Argus get a mural, which is super unexpected. So Argus is. Do you know who Katana is?
Yes.
You know what Edenia is?
No.
Okay, that's where she's from.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically like Sindel and Jade and Katana. They all live in Edenia.
Jade, that's the other one's name. I was like, there's 3 women. There's the purple, the blue, and the green, and I couldn't remember Jade. How dumb is that? Okay.
Well, the best part is, I bet that like the Mortal Kombat fans refer to those characters as those colors too, kind of like how Cyrax and Sector are ketchup and mustard, not respectively. I switch those around, but yeah,
that's funny.
No, I mean, no, they definitely do. They say purple a lot. We want purple in this movie.
I only say that because like Street Fighter has a thing too where they fucked up when they brought it over to America. They switched the names of Vega, M. Bison, and Balrog.
Ketchup and mustard were Cyrax and Sector's test names when it was still in alpha and they were testing them. They didn't have names yet, so they were named Ketchup and Mustard. And then then they released a screenshot with those names because they thought it was funny. And so people just keep referring to them as Ketchup and Mustard and stuff.
Funny.
And obviously, there are those 2 guys named Ketchup and Mustard who are like big into the tournament scene. So
yeah, I was watching a bunch of his videos.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. The broken meat meta. You want to joke about meat? Meat has
I saw
a
his
meta
video about
in Armageddon.
Yeah, I saw that one
because he's really imbalanced.
Yeah, I also saw his video about like the 10-year anniversary of Mortal Kombat 9.
I did not watch that.
It's good. Apparently, he bought a fucking full-ass arcade machine, which is just like it's just housing a PS3 in it, but that's still awesome.
Damn.
Cool. Yeah.
So what we're saying? So Argus is like Edenia's Raiden. He's like one of the gods, and he protects it. And his wife, Delia, she is a seer, so she can see the future and she can see events.
Okay.
And she is the one who saw Armageddon happening. And she's like, what are we going to do about Armageddon? And he's like, all right, we're going to create this elemental named Blaze, and we're going to lock our sons up, Taven and Dagon, in these like stones. And then when Blaze is like ready to start Armageddon, they'll be woken up, and then they're gonna all fight in a big pyramid. It's a whole thing, whatever. But
is Blaze the guy in the background of the pit?
yes,
Okay.
That was before he was kidnapped, and it fucked up the Armageddon prophecy. So yeah, the guy in the background has a whole lore.
Jesus.
No, you said Blaze, and I'm like, there's that guy on fire in the background of that one stage.
Yep, that's him.
And it's a guy in the background, which means he's a full-ass character with lore.
Though I will say, the character he's fighting, the Green Liu Kang, does not have lore, although he has a community named Hornbuckle, so... Long story.
Okay.
Anyway, but they got a call out, and you can see Argus on the left, Delia on the right, and they're neck in front of this like slab with a person on it that looks like Taven, and in the background, if you look, there's another slab with another guy who looks kind of like Dagon, and there's like this swirling fire with all these bodies flying through the air, probably to represent Armageddon. So it was a very interesting reference to make there.
So then, whose medallion was that Kano tried to steal?
So, oh my god. So what the fuck it was doing at the temple, the Sky Temple, which was, interestingly enough, underground. It's fine. You know, again, different.
Is that
universe,
the Hakuchi Machi Bachi Buki or whatever the fuck the thing's called?
Wow.
The Hato Dagu or whatever.
Maybe it's like Greenland and Iceland. They named it the Sky Temple so people would be confused.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sky Temple you can actually see in MKX if you want like a more current thing. It's this gigantic pagoda where like Raiden hangs out. Anyway, the medallion that is Shinnok's amulet. Shinnok's amulet.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, that is the MacGuffin of the Mortal Kombat universe. The short version of this is that thing can control a person's power. So if a normal human uses it, they get very, very strong sorcerer's power, even though they could potentially hurt themselves because they can't contain it. If you give it to a sorcerer, they become damn near immortal. Shinnok put his elder god-like power into it.
Oh,
and then he was cast into the Netherrealm and separated from it. So it was up to Quan Chi. So much to explain. Shinnok uses it to escape the Netherrealm. It eventually is the key to merging all of these weapons that can kill the Elder Gods. And then it has this whole arc in MKX about like Melina having it, and then it's switching hands back to Quan Chi because Shinnok actually got trapped inside the amulet because he couldn't be killed, and then he's released. Like, it's a big, huge, fucking powerful-ass amulet that should not be in Kano's hands.
Yeah, really? Oh my god.
Yeah, that is a huge... I was like, what the fuck is that doing there? Oh yeah, he's just gonna steal it? I wonder if this is gonna play any part in it, and then it was just a throwaway joke, which is fine. But yeah, another strange thing is Katana's fan is on display in like Raiden's museum, which is a very weird thing to me because I get what happened. They put Melina in the movie because Melina has these Twitter stands since MK9 came out, and they are obsessed and offensive and violent, ravenous fans. They are... I don't want to say all of them, but if you're standing out, then you're doing something wrong. There are people who are like uncomfortably obsessed with Melina and are very, very mean to other people if they don't like Melina. And so
they were mean. You told me they were mean to the developers for her not being in the game. Yeah,
absolutely. And they honestly, I kind of think COVID and them played a role in Melina being in MK11. I don't think she was planned from the start. They say she was. I do not think she was. I think they were working with assets that they already had, and they already had Katana's face. So they didn't have to do a whole new face scan for anybody. They had the voice actress, so they could have her re-record lines. They didn't have to sign new contracts or anything. And people being real abusive online kind of put her in that game, and I feel like that's what happened here. Like, Melina has this huge fan base. We have to put Melina in the movie, but we're not going to have Katana, the thing that makes her a character.
Yeah, because I was telling Christina, I was like, I mean, I think she knew, but I was like, yeah, because Melina's Katana's like sister clone thing.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why her fan is there. Maybe she'll show up later, but she didn't.
No, it was very strange the way they handled Melina in general. I do not like the way she looked. I do not like kind of anything. They tried to fix it a little at the end, but I mean, that fight, every fight at the end of that movie is like 14 seconds long. Every standoff between them, and I get it. It was a length move. It was a time crunch. WB has a strict rule about your movies being under 2 hours, apparently.
Oh.
And so there is a shit ton of this movie that hit the cutting room floor. There are fights and sequences. Some of the actors were like, "Yeah, the best fights weren't even in the movie."
Oh no!
Like,
well, release the Mortal Kombat
weird.
cut.
That is
we'll
weird
see.
considering Warner Brothers is the same studio that made Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings.
Well, I mean, they make a lot of weird decisions, especially when it comes to this franchise that they don't really care about.
Well, no,
Right.
it's New Line. New Line made Lord of the Rings, and New Line made this too. Actually, now that I think about it,
New
Well,
Line
I mean,
made it, but it's a
They
WB
distributed
property.
it.
yeah.
Yes. So they have the final say of what gets released, what they're going to put their money into.
Okay.
And I don't think they're going to be like, oh, here's the 5-hour cut of Mortal Kombat. Like, that's not going to happen.
Well,
Apparently,
no, people didn't think the Snyder Cut was even real, which it probably wasn't real, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, I can't think of Snyder fast enough to say the Mortal Kombat Snyder Cut. But I didn't even finish the other thing I was going to say. When Natara was mentioned in like pre-release stuff, apparently there was an actress who I was not familiar with, and I couldn't really. She has a sort of generic name, so I couldn't even look her up. But someone said like they wouldn't give this semi-prominent actress a non-speaking role. I was like, Natara's going to show up and die in 5 seconds. Do not be excited. Like, she's going to be a background character at best. And someone was just like, no, they wouldn't hire this actress. Apparently, that actress got hurt doing a stunt.
Oh.
So maybe there was a fight scene planned, and she was replaced with beautiful girl who didn't speak.
Mm.
But this movie did not have a great budget. So I think the budget they were given... I don't know the exact number, but I know that it did not get the budget that it needed. So they did a good job of what they could.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought this movie looked great.
It looked pretty good. There was some goofy special effects stuff that didn't work, but it was few and far between. And, like, a lot of it was blood, and Mortal Kombat blood is goofy anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say CG blood has come a long way, at least.
Yeah, there are some like jelly moments in this that I was not okay with, but
I didn't.
That's nitpicky, and I don't.
I don't want to nitpick the movie too much. I mean, because like I was saying, when my friend and Christina was saying, like I personally feel like Warner Brothers has been really killing it lately because I really liked the Snyder Cut, I really liked Godzilla versus Kong, and I really liked this. Now, when I say really liked,
I like Detective Pikachu.
I didn't like Detective Pikachu. That's why I said lately. These are all like within months of each other.
There's a guy at work who like fervently hates Godzilla versus King Kong, and I had to listen to him rant for like 5 hours about it and tell me like what would have made the movie better.
Look, the thing, here's the thing too, is that my expectations have been so low for all of these, and maybe that's turning into my enjoyment. But like I can't find the energy to hate movies like this.
Yeah, I kind of am in the same boat. Like, I didn't like Scorpion's Revenge. Everyone seems to really like that.
I didn't watch that.
I enjoyed it.
But this one, like, they're really hating on it, and I'm like, the one reason you hate it is Cole. I'm sorry. Like, there are other problems, like Reiko and Natara and stuff. Like, that's wrong. But Cole is the real reason why you go into this movie hating it.
Now, see, I didn't mind Cole.
Even from the trailer, I was like, that was cheesy as shit. Where he's like, I got a fucking Mortal Kombat logo birthmark.
Well, what's your problem with Cole?
Everything. I hate everything about him. I hate his existence. I hate his point in the story. I hate who he's trying to be, what he represents. I hate him.
What? Who's he trying to be represent?
I mean, he's supposed to be this audience stand-in. He's supposed to be the skeptic. He's playing the role of both the skeptic and the audience insert. Mm-hmm. And that's unnecessary in a cast with 80 characters. To create this new guy. And I understand they said, we don't want to blow our load with all the characters in the first movie. In case we make a sequel, we want something to save something for later. And that was like Johnny Cage's thing. I get it. That's fine. Whatever. Cole didn't fit the universe. Cole didn't fit anything that was going on. Cole didn't even have an arc. He had a family that he cared about that we never really got to meet. And yet they still took up too much screen time. And then they didn't develop the characters everyone came to see because we had to see Cole at a diner, and then Cole in a boxing ring, and then Cole doing all this other shit. And then he shows up, he sucks, and then he's like the embodiment of Scorpion. Excuse me?
Well, yeah.
The fuck is this? And then the biggest thing. He gets his Arcana. First of all, he gets his Arcana elsewhere. Like, where is this rule? I thought you had to be at the temple.
Oh, I don't remember.
I thought you had to train at the temple like literally every other character. But no, he gets his in his shitty house while he's fighting the 9 times Mortal Kombat champion and kills him by stabbing him in the stomach.
Now, was it established in this movie that Goro was the 9-time champion?
They did not establish that Goro was the champion. They did establish that they are 9 times winning. So who the fuck did it? Who is their champion? Either way, their champion somehow died.
Okay.
Well, Johnny Cage can't fight for Outworld.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. So it was either Reiko who dies unceremoniously, Natara who dies unceremoniously, Melina who dies unceremoniously, Goro who dies unceremoniously, or Cabal who dies pretty cool.
Oh, did you like Cabal? I like Cabal.
I did like Cabal. I like his Raphael talking ass.
Yeah, I thought he said. Actually, you're right. He sounded like Raphael, but he reminded me of Casey Jones. It was like if they put them both together.
Yeah. So the weird thing with Cabal is you kind of can't do him wrong because they've never known what to do with Cabal. Cabal has been a good guy, a bad guy. He's been a wise ass. He's been a solemn. He's been a weirdo. He's been a nomad. Like, they always do something different with him. MK11 Cabal sucks. I fucking hate that iteration of him because he's annoying and I hate him. I hate him.
I'm glad...
This was middle ground. Sorry, this was middle ground, though, where he's sarcastic and quippy, but he's not, like, really obnoxious about it.
I'm just glad they didn't actually try to make... Well, I wouldn't have been upset about it, but, like, I mean, even Kano makes a joke about it when he betrays everybody. I'm glad he wasn't a good guy in this, because it's like, he can't be, because he's Kano. Like, everybody knows he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, even passing... Like, I mean, he was in the movies, wasn't he? In the original movies.
No.
He wasn't?
Nope. He gets a mention.
Cabal?
Yeah, he gets a mention alongside of Stryker, but he was never in the movies.
No, Kano.
Oh, Kano,
No,
yes.
Kano is, yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant Cabal.
No, I meant Kano.
Oh, yes. Kano, absolutely. He's dead now. He was... That actor defined Kano. He's the one who gave Kano an Australian accent. That wasn't a thing until...
No shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because he did such a good job. They're like, no, we love it. Kano has an Australian accent. Even though he's an American... He has, like, American diplomacy and was born in Japan. We're just going to make him an Australian accent.
Well, that's like how they always make... oh, shit. The guy who steals souls.
Shang Tsung?
Shang Tsung. That's why they made him look like that actor, right? Because they just like him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, literally in MK11, it is him.
I know.
So, like, why not bring him back if you have the ability
Because they
to do
made,
that?
like, every other film actor from the first movie in MK11, either as DLC or otherwise.
No, I think it's just because he's cool looking, that guy.
No. I was asking Alex because I know I've seen what's his nuts who plays Shang Tsung in MK11.
Yeah, that was independent. That was Shang Tsung was announced before the game came out. He was the first DLC fighter. The movie costume pack came way later. That was a surprise. The Bridget Wilson and Christopher Lambert and Johnny Cage guy whose name I'm sorry I can't remember right now.
I wish they
added
him
them
back
later.
to be Raiden. Although I like this Raiden. I thought this Raiden guy was okay.
I don't like the casting. I think he did a good job. I like that they went semi-funny Raiden. They found everyone wants funny Raiden back. I like stoic Raiden, but I do wish he had a little bit more of a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I think this was perfect middle ground. I do want him to be a little quippy, because someone on the Nethercast once said, like, yeah, he's a god. He's been around forever. You think he'd have a little bit of a sense of awareness and humor.
Yeah.
Like, you think he'd be bored and fuck with mortals at least a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do like this guy. Not to be a dick, but his accent ruins a lot of the delivery of what he's saying. I
didn't understand some of what he was saying.
Yeah. And so it did kind of hurt the personality he was going with, but he did a good job. I don't think he looks very Raiden-y to me. It's definitely a physical thing.
Well, Raiden's always been, I mean, not that I don't want to get into this kind of conversation, but Raiden's never been Asian looking, right?
No, and it's not even that. Like, I don't care if it's that's not that. He looks like just a guy. He doesn't look like a master. He doesn't look like he looks dwarfed in that already tiny hat.
Oh,
like Raiden is this like 7 foot tall. Like find an Asian guy with a jaw if you're gonna do that.
Sure,
find a guy who has like a deeper voice, like a command presence instead of. The reason Christopher Lambert worked is because even though he has a funny voice, like don't get me wrong, he sounds funny.
Yeah.
But like he has this presence to him where like even when he's whispering, you can't tell if he's gonna tell a joke or if he's saying something really dire, and it's almost like, oh, listen to this guy, what's he gonna say? This Raiden is just like, okay, you have impressed me. You are still weak though. Like it's. But I can't fault the actor. He did a good job, and he definitely like his mannerisms were good. His just like physique wasn't doing it for me. I do want to point one thing out about Scorpion. Firstly, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, nailed it. Those actors were incredible. I want a sequel just for Bihan to come back. That actor did such a good job. They wrote that character so solidly. He played that character so solid. His looks, his mannerisms, his movement. Amazing. I am so impressed.
Now, if he comes back, will he be a Noob Saibot, you think? Okay, yeah.
Yes, he absolutely, definitely will. That's what they were doing at the end. Like, if you notice, he wore a lot of dark blues. It was almost not even a blue outfit.
Yeah.
And then at the end, his armor gets destroyed and he rips it off. You'll notice his entire outfit is black.
It's black, yeah. Then the smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that they're definitely leading up to that 100%.
Cool.
But from beginning to end, I am so happy how they did it. And Hanzo was excellent. God, that guy played such a good Hanzo. And like, even though we only saw him a little bit, he did such a good Scorpion. The Toasty fatality with like his face burning away. I was a little disappointed because I'm like, oh, they're not doing the skull. And they did it in a way cooler way.
I had the exact same reaction because I watched this with Paul and I go, ooh, like when they're fighting, I was like, oh, I hope he does the skull head thing.
Yeah.
And he takes his mask off and he starts doing the fire. I was like, oh,
yeah. Well, no, that made it cooler because he was like, remember this face. Mm-hmm. And then if it was Skullhead, it wouldn't have mattered.
No.
He's like, remember this face. And then he turns it, like, that was very awesome.
It was cool.
That was good. And like, I want more of those actors. They did a fantastic job. Oh, I'm so happy. Like, the beginning and the end of this movie could have been this whole movie, and it would.
You know what? That's fair. I mean, I like this movie, but you're not wrong.
And it does hurt me a little bit to be like this huge MK fan and be like, no, Scorpion's a great character. Sub-Zero's a great character, but like, it's true, they are. I was a little annoyed that literally every single thing I watched about like every trailer reaction or discussion was just like, oh, Scorpion said the thing, good, best movie of the year. And I'm like,
right.
Scorpion is not boiled down to 3 words, please. But, man, they did such a good job. One thing though, you may have noticed that he has a daughter?
Yes.
Scorpion does not have a daughter, and it's very interesting how she was incorporated into this movie.
Well, wasn't it just to have Colby to have the bloodline?
Yes. So another reason Cole sucks is they retroactively changed a character's story just so they could have Cole in there.
Mm-hmm.
Another fucking thing that he bleeds out to ruin. But what's more interesting is like the presence of this baby. So Scorpion's story, super fast, is he has Harumi and Satoshi, his wife and his son. And the Quan Chi and Lin Kuei come and kill his family. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then he gets super mad because he's not even around when they die. He comes back to find out, like, what do you do? Like, he dies, he goes to the Nether Realm, he's super mad at Sub-Zero, so he comes back as a Spectre. And then he finds out that his family's dead, and he's like, I wasn't even there to protect them, what the fuck? So he gets super pissed off. In this one, he has a daughter. And the daughter's name is Jubei. Now, the name Jubei...
Onimusha.
What?
Blake Blue.
Yes, absolutely from that. Yeah. So in MK Legacy, which we all know is trash, they have this one weird off scene with Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting in, like, ancient Japan, where Scorpion gets his family's name wrong. And he calls his wife Kana and Jubei. And that is not their names, and I have no idea where they got those names. Seth Kittleson, when writing the MKX comics, must have watched Legacy, because he also made Scorpion call them Kana and Jubei.
Uh-huh.
When he was called out on it on Twitter, he was like, no, those are just pet names. And then in MKX proper, in the actual story mode, Scorpion says Satoshi and Harumi. He does say their names correctly. But in this movie, now he has a daughter named Jubei. And it's weird that they would pick that out and be like, well, this is a weird mistake. Let's make it right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't wait till she ends up being a DLC character for Mortal Kombat 14.
A baby.
That'd be fucking cool.
She's going to be Scorpion's Babality.
Yeah, that'll be introduced to the Babalities for sure. But yeah, imagine if like they made a Teen Titans show, and like for some reason, Robin's name was Jared, and they just called him Jared the whole time. And then the next episode, they were like, "What? Jared doesn't exist? What are you talking about? It's Tim Drake. It's fine. It's Tim Drake." And then they made a movie where like Robin has a brother named Jared. That's like what they did.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I didn't mind Cole because I guess he's the kind of character people would call him Mary Sue. I guess. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's the male version of a Mary Sue?
Mary Tyler Sue. I don't know.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah.
I just don't mind. I don't mind those kind of characters. The kind of. Because he's not I only have problems with characters who are jerks. He's not a jerk, so I don't mind him.
He's not a jerk, but therefore he has no flaws. That's the Mary Sue aspect of it. But like,
well, he was shitty.
Was
at first.
He
was a shitty fighter.
He was a shitty fighter, and then he just wasn't.
Yeah. All right. I can't.
He was a shitty fighter when it didn't matter, and then all of a sudden to kill the 9-time Mortal Kombat champion, giant 8-foot 2-inch king of the Shokans.
Look,
he was the best fighter.
He killed him with the power of love and family. Okay?
I'm sorry, Prince of the Shokan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
King Gorbak, I'm assuming, is alive. And they'll definitely dive deep into it in the next movie.
He'll be the main character.
Oh yes, King Gorbak, and it's gonna be fucking Cole's brother.
Yeah, him and his sister Jubei. Look, everything you're saying, I can't argue against because you're right. I just don't feel the same way. That's the only difference.
Well, of course, different perspectives.
Yeah.
But I just don't think Cole was necessary for this movie. I think you could have accomplished it with characters that you had, and in a cast of 80.
You know what's always funny? I always felt Liu Kang was the main character, even though apparently he isn't. Right?
He is.
Oh, he is. Okay, then yeah, I think they could have done fine with having that Liu Kang guy as the main character, and not have Cole.
Well, I mean, that's what they did in the first movie. It was Liu Kang who was arrogant, and he didn't really want to believe in it. He was the skeptic.
Oh, I think I have seen parts of that movie before. Then that must have been why I was thinking that.
Okay, yeah, he's the skeptic, which is not true to Liu Kang's character, but it works because everyone came there to see Mortal Kombat characters. So like, more Liu Kang, that's good. Now they come to Mortal Kombat and they're like, more Cole, less time for Reiko. Oh, less time for Sub-Zero. Oh, less time for Sonya. Even though Sonya and Kano got a very good chunk of this movie, and they did their characters very well. Sonya is better in this movie than she is in the entire game series.
Oh, wow. You know what's funny? I thought she looked familiar when I looked her up. She's an act. She's only been in about 19 things, so she must be pretty young. But she's in this movie I really like. Hulu has this Into the Darkness horror series, so they list them as episodes, but they're movies. Because
they make a new fucking shitty horror movie. Blumhouse makes a new shitty horror movie every month for each holiday.
But these earlier ones are actually good, and this one's called I'm Just Fucking With You. She's the sister in the movie.
Oh, I've heard of that. I think
like
that might actually be on a list.
Yeah, I actually like that one a lot. It's good. It's the plot is the brother he stays in a motel that's run by this guy who keeps like pranking him, but like pranking and like the pranks just keep getting like more and more bad. But he keeps, I'm just fucking with you, man. You know, so it's like it feels. What's uncomfortable about the movie is that it feels like this could actually happen if you spent any time around like a bro. Like a bro-y character. Like if you know people like that, this movie's really terrifying.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
But funny too.
Yeah.
But Mortal Kombat. No, I thought Sonya Blade was cool. Actually, you know what's funny too is that I was like, man, she kind of looks like oh shit, the one that was Cammy in Street Fighter.
Sorry.
Oh, Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue. I was like, man, she kind of looks like Kylie Minogue.
Shit.
But
Kylie Minogue was Cammy? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Wait, you've never seen the Street Fighter movie?
I have, but I don't know these people.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And not in a very long time.
I just saw it maybe like a few months ago because I bought it on Blu-ray. I actually really like that movie. I know it's stupid, but I like it because it's stupid.
Whatever.
But I really like Raul Julia too. He's
He's
the reason why I bought it. I don't really care about anybody else in the movie, but he's awesome.
I don't know. Jean-Claude's all right.
Great.
No, he's great. No. I mean, when I say I don't care, I like all those guys, but I'm saying it's like he's the reason why I got the movie for that scene.
For sure.
For me, it was Tuesday.
Saddles of the Earth. Yeah.
Plus the fact that he was dying of cancer.
Yeah.
Making that movie was just incredible.
Well,
wasn't
it that he did it for his kids?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, and that was the last movie.
I got at some con I won a cosplay contest and I got a pack of Street Fighter the movie trading cards, and one of the trading cards I had that quote on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great. That's awesome.
I don't think I have it anymore. I should have sleeved it.
Yeah, framed it.
Now that I have a bunch of card sleeves because I got into buying Pokemon cards.
Faggot.
What the fuck? I gotta find my Pokemon cards to sell the shit out of them.
Yeah, apparently my mom even sent me a email about how apparently they're worth money, but everything's worth money now because of the pandemic.
That's true.
I looked up the rare ones that I got from my mom's house. Not a lot of them are very expensive. I actually got a rainbow rare of Phoebe trainer card. That's apparently like $45, so that's cool. But other than that, not a lot of expensive ones. Just the waifu cards, basically.
Got it.
Those are the only ones worth having.
So Sonya is an unlikable bitch in everything. They've only made her worse every time. She never stopped being a 90s female where like anytime a girl was trying to be cool, she was just a bitch.
Oh, that was when they
that's just what happened. That's just what happened this past decade, where like girl power came back, but it's just like, oh, it's a girl, but she's frowning all the time.
Yeah,
like girl power,
90s girl power, like late 80s, early 90s girl power was actually fun.
And then because they smiled.
Yeah, they completely fucked it up.
Something happened in the mid 90s where it was just like she only has to be a bitch, and like they swung the pendulum way too far in the other direction.
Yeah,
where it was like, oh well, you don't want women to be all about relationships and all about like being soft. It's like let's make them super hard and fucking hate.
Let's make them dudes is basically the conclusion they keep coming back to, and it's like it's not how that works. But okay.
And not even like a cool dude. Like it would be a guy you wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want to hang out
exactly.
with.
Yeah. Let's make them unlikable because that's what guy characters people like, right? No.
Yeah.
But okay.
But like she's always kind of had that element to her, and she's been very standoffish and not great. And this one, she was a badass. But she had a personality, and she was fun, and she was likable.
Yeah,
I liked her. I think they did her very, very well, and I liked her outfit. It was a good mix of like plain clothes, semi-military, and the green tank top. You did all good. You did a very good job. Kano, I initially didn't like because I thought he was a little too clean cut looking, but that guy did a great job.
Yeah,
he did an excellent Kano.
I thought his accent sounded pretty real.
It's real.
Yeah, because then I saw it was filmed in Australia. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he did Trevor Goddard good. That was the original Kano. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I listened to like a few Australian YouTubers, so I kind of know the accent now. I'm like, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no, he did a really great job. I wish they would have like put a little more focus on Shao Kahn. That was another complaint that I had.
They were teasing him, right? They were really just teasing him.
Yeah, and I didn't like
just
that.
Just like they did with the original movie, right?
Yeah, it wasn't even a name drop, though. At least in the original movie, he got a name drop. There was nothing. He got pictures and a statue. And it was like...
Shao Kahn's the guy with the big hammer and the helmet. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, just picture.
Yeah.
Shao Kahn's Triple H in WrestleMania fucking 30 or something.
He's... Vince McMahon.
No. I'm not making a joke. Like he pretty much dressed up like Shao Kahn for a WrestleMania once.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm surprised you must have seen that. You probably just didn't know what you were looking at.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know my wrestlers. Yeah. I don't know my wrestlings. I'm sure you've sent it to me. Actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I mean, overall, good movie. So the biggest issue is the editing. The last few fights were bad. Like, they were straight up bad. Like, 1 or 2 punches, and then they just kill the character. And the editing was way too fast.
Yeah, like, I was actually wondering, I almost want to watch it a third time just for the fights, because when when you could tell that, like, a fight scene was helped with CG, I don't think it jumped around that much, but when it was, like, fighters, like, I feel like they edited, like, the Sonya fights were jumping around a lot just because I don't think that, I'm sure that actress trained for this role, but she never struck me as, like, at least, I've only ever seen her once before, and she did not have a fucking fighter spirit in that. I'm just fucking with you movie. So maybe she's just an actress. I'm doing quotations, and they trained her to do some moves, so they had to.
Oh, you mean like not that I don't know Bridget, whatever the fuck, from Billy Madison. I don't know what her like filmography is like, but you know, she just
she also is not. If you notice, her fight with Kano in that movie is very clunky.
Oh,
very slow.
Yeah.
It's intercut too. Even when she does her leg grab, like, I know it's not a human move to do, but you can definitely tell it's sped up footage.
Sure,
that's played in reverse. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the. I mean, again, I didn't really mind it. I thought the last half is all the fighting. Not
to like cut you off, but just to segue this, because this is another thing that I want to say to anyone listening who gives a shit. Keep that in mind when you're doing your, like, all-star cast of who you want to be in Mortal Kombat. Not only do they have to act the part, look the part, they also have to know martial arts, or it's going to look stupid. So when everyone's walking around being like, oh my god, fucking...
Childish Gambino is Jax, what?
Something like, because, like, I was going to say, everyone wants Terry Crews as Jax, which is fine, but I don't know how much of a martial artist he is.
Well, I wanted that. Like, I wanted that Jordan guy to be Jax because he's an actual martial artist.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, the guy. What's that fucking movie?
Oh, okay.
Black Panther and
no, not Black Panther. I'm sorry, that's not who I mean.
That.
I mean the guy who was in Dynamite. Something.
Oh, Michael Jai White.
White. I'm sorry. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh, well, he was Jax in Legacy.
Oh, well, there you go.
But he didn't fight.
Oh.
He didn't do anything.
No, Jordan can't be Jax because he's pushing up fucking daisies.
No, you're thinking of
what?
No, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's he was the one with the fucked up face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, in the movie, not in real life.
Yeah, they like Jax to be a little older now. I think he could play a younger Jax, though. I think that would be totally fine. He's got the build. If he can actually fight, like, that would be really cool. I'd like.
Why would they recast Jax when they already have this guy?
They wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't need to do. I'm saying for people out there saying, like, I don't like this actor because it should be this actor, or they're doing their all-star, like, fantasy football-esque thing. There's a lot of things that come into it. Like, yeah, you can have Ryan Reynolds play Johnny Cage all day, but, like, first of all, I get it, but I don't see it, and I don't understand. I don't think he would be. And he's also not a martial artist. Like, yeah, he was in Deadpool.
Yeah, but he's like,
but
CG
how much of that
movie
was helped? Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Ryan Reynolds. I think he's funny, but it's like, I don't need him to be a third fucking character. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like. What I liked about this movie is that I didn't recognize anybody.
Yeah.
Apparently, the guy who played Scorpion is apparently like a big time fucking martial artist guy. I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah.
But
he's in a lot of samurai movies.
Yeah, which I didn't know. But, you know, like, if find a guy who can act and does martial arts and looks like Johnny Cage. Like, he doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be
anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be anybody.
That's why I don't like playing that game. One, because I don't know actors.
Yeah, me neither.
I was saying, like, the only actors I know are too old now, or completely different from what they were.
That's why I said Jean-Claude Van Damme, because it would have been funny, because it would have been full circle, but he's too old. Yeah.
But, like, yeah, just do what you did in this movie, because, like, Liu Kang, I will say, like, that guy kind of creeped me out with his physique. Like, I've never seen someone look so healthy and yet so unhealthy at the same time. Like, he had a lot of lines in his body. Yeah, it was kind of uncomfortable, like, his shoulders and stuff.
Well, yeah, Bruce Lee had these, like, bat wing fucking traps.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, but it works. It totally works.
Oh, absolutely.
And I believed him as Liu Kang. He was like a sad-eyed Liu Kang.
Yeah. He's great. I liked him.
But that also made me upset that Katana wasn't in the movie.
Well, they're like boyfriend and girlfriend, right?
there's like a huge thing with them, and I'm like, man, it would have been nice to see this guy with his like sad, gentle face, like doing some raw emotion.
Hey, look, I mean, I have to. I'm sure this movie's doing well. I can't see them not making a second one. There's time.
Yeah.
Even when these movies do bad, they still make more.
Scorpion said the thing. Therefore, 10 out of 10, best movie.
Therefore, best movie of the decade. I did my best Bugman soy face at the trailer with all my Funko Pops on the wall.
Yeah,
I was going to say, even though I would have been upset if he didn't say come over here, I thought it was really weird that a Japanese guy who didn't know English said that.
Yeah.
Also, that's the other question I had. Has he always been Japanese?
Yes.
And I knew Sub-Zero was Chinese because of the song.
So, couple things. Firstly, they redubbed the Get Over Here for the movie because people complained about it in the trailer. They said that it didn't sound good, so they redubbed it in the movie, so it did sound a little better.
It sounded so weird.
It was still muffled because it was him legitimately saying it. Instead of them just having Ed Boon come in and, like, ominous voice, get over here. It was him saying it through his mask.
Oh, that's funny.
But second, that is a very good point that the Japanese guy who does not know English would say, get over here. That's very funny. I didn't even think about that because it's so synonymous with the character. That's very funny. 2, Legacy sucks ass, but he does say it in Japanese in Legacy.
Oh.
Which was like the only cool thing in Legacy.
How would that be in Japanese? Can you say it?
I don't know because I don't know the rough tone of voice very well. And I also don't know what language they chose, like what turn of phrase they chose.
Oh, okay.
But
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But like, that's all I have to say. Those few things. Yes. So Scorpion is Japanese. Sub-Zero is Chinese. If you notice, they were speaking
I only learned
their
that today
appropriate
when
language.
I was looking them up on the wiki, like as you were talking.
And Sub-Zero specifically started speaking Japanese to Harumi and Satoshi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, in the subtitles, they actually had the word underneath, Japanese or Chinese. Now, maybe this is political. I don't know because you said everything's political. But I thought it was interesting that they kept Sub-Zero as a Chinese guy because he's technically the bad guy of the movie. So I think they actually had some artistic integrity in this movie and not wanting it to do well in China.
Interesting. Very interesting. I will say Mortal Kombat is not popular in the East.
Yeah.
It is very, like, no-name nothing in the East.
I don't know if you saw that post about, I mean, I think he was just a journalist idiot, but he wrote, it's great to see my culture represented, and he's like, you know, I'm like, imagine thinking Mortal Kombat is a culture. Like...
No, he was saying something like it's so good to see my culture represented in movies, and it's like Marvel and Mortal Kombat, and it's like okay, like
it's like did you know that outside of the U.S. other countries have movies, and they feature foreign people of that country? Yeah, there's a whole fucking movie industry out there that has your culture, so to speak.
It's so good to see my culture represented. I'm gonna go see whatever the fuck that Asian Marvel movie is that I literally don't even remember the name of. Meanwhile, if that guy wanted to go watch like Parasite, he'd be like, ew, gross. It's not a comic book or a video game.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi?
Sure, I don't know.
That's the new Marvel movie.
Oh, is it?
I have no idea. I don't follow that shit.
Well, I only know, like, I know very mildly about Shang-Chi, but I know because fucking Mortal Kombat Forum, the new meme is to fucking Apple Pen. It's the Apple Pen guy. And he's like, I have a Shang Tsung, I have a Quan Chi, Shang-Chi.
Oh. When you said Shang-Chi, I was like, is that a Mortal Kombat? That's funny. Yeah. So, movie's great. 10 out of 10. He said
better or worse than the original 1994 5 movie?
It is a worse movie.
Oh.
I mean, I have nostalgia and it's like some rose-colored glasses. That's fighting 90s. In there. But I think the story, like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Mortal Kombat is like this really serious movie. Like, you need to take the lore seriously. Like, it is something that you should take seriously because it's a good story, but you have to realize, like, it is sorcerers and ninjas and robots and stuff. Like, I'm not oblivious to that. And I do realize that is a tough thing to spoon feed an audience who is not willing to make that leap. But I think the 1995 movie handled it well, and there was a good through line of like the journey of these characters, the realization of the world, the tournament taking place, and the circumstances under it, with good characters interacting with one another. I don't think at any point the movie like lost focus. And it was just like, well, why are we talking to these characters? Like, oh, where are they? What's going on? Like, the 1995 movie was very precise, and it was a good through line. This movie was kind of jumping around all over the place, and the editing certainly didn't help. There was one point where they just go to the void, where you just bring mortals into the fucking void.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Yeah, what the hell is that?
Oh, my. So the void is... They're right. They are right. Raiden takes them to the space in between realms. Okay? That's where, like, the Elder Gods are.
Oh.
Like, you don't just bring Sonya to the void.
Would she, like, die?
I don't know. Okay, so the only time a character has gone to the void that I can actively think of is in Deception, Shujinko gets to go to the Portal Nexus, which is like literally this platform in the middle of this void where you can go to other realms. That is one mortal who gets to go.
It's a Crash Bandicoot hub world.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah,
It absolutely is, because it was like an open world traversal thing, so it was a way to get from place to place.
Yeah.
And one point, Scorpion ends up in the void because he fell out of a thing. It's a whole thing. But
he fell out of bed.
Listen, 2 Onis came from the Netherrealm and threw him in a tornado made of souls, and he fell out and he met the Elder Gods. Okay.
Okay.
If you don't want me to get into that, then that was the only other time I can think of that a character has been into the void. No, they didn't die, but they should not have been there.
Okay.
And it's just super weird that Raiden would be like, I don't know, let's get out of here, let's go to the void so we can then just go back. And I think that was an editing thing.
Yeah,
someone else also pointed out something very, very interesting. So, if you notice, while they're in the void, Liu Kang has Kung Lao's hat.
Yeah.
And he's mourning his death, which totally makes sense. Like, yeah.
I actually thought he was going to wear the hat.
Did you... Oh, that would have been terrible. I would have hated that. Did you notice why he has the hat?
I honestly don't know how he got it. Because I watched the movie twice, and the first time I didn't notice he had the hat. Second time he had the hat, and I was like, wait.
Yeah. So someone pointed out that there's probably a cut scene. A whole cut scene. So Shang Tsung steals Kung Lao's soul, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when they fucking get out of there. If you notice, Kung Lao's hat goes flying into the electric portal that Raiden makes.
Oh.
It just goes flying from off screen into that, and Liu Kang's holding it when they come back, when they come out of the portal. So somebody said there's probably a scene where Shang Tsung turns into Kung Lao and starts fighting them, and they have to evacuate.
Oh, right, because that's what he does when he takes the souls.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That would have been cool.
So that was them escaping and him throwing the hat at them, and the hat going into the portal. And that's why he has the hat.
Well, shit, I hope they release an uncut version, because I would love to watch more of this.
I would like to see more, because, like I said, the 1995 is an overall better film. This one has better character moments, and like, don't get me wrong, Johnny Cage is a standout, Kano is a standout, Goro the animatronic is great, but I was genuinely excited to see Bihan Sub-Zero doing things. I think he was so true to character. Like, I'm still excited talking about it. You can hear it.
Yeah.
You can hear it in my voice. Like, they did such a good job, and that's like, you got this character so well. And in the 1995 movie, he is he doesn't even say anything. He's just like hypnotized under Shang Tsung's control, like nothing. And it's, no. They got some characters real right, but they also got some characters real wrong, and it teeters it in the other direction.
I guess nothing's perfect, huh? This movie is not a flawless victory.
No. Another
Hollywood has to take some, like, things perfectly, and then like other things have to be sacrificed. That's equivalent exchange.
Yeah. Another Coleism is, why did his family survive?
Honestly, I think it would have made more sense story-wise for them to be killed, but I think for them to keep his character as like a positive, like shining light, they couldn't. I know. I guess you just don't like those kind of characters. I do.
I don't, but they already have one. They have Liu Kang. They have Liu Kang, who could be the shining beacon of hope, who's always going to give you the pep talk. They already have that. They don't need Cole to do that. So instead, what happens? Bi-Han kidnaps his family, and that is the only family he decides to not kill. He goes ahead and kills Scorpion's family. He kills countless other people for thousands of years.
Look,
which I don't really know how he's alive. It doesn't matter. Bi-Han would never just encase someone in ice and assume they died. Never in a fucking million years. It's amazing Jax was survived that. Because when he broke his arms, I'm like, Bi-Han would never just let Jax, like, be armless. He's going to kill him. And I was disappointed. And then he pushes him over the thing. And I'm like, oh shit, Jax. I know Jax wasn't dead, but I'm like, Jax is fucking dead. That I believe Bi-Han would walk away from because he's like, that motherfucker is dead. Mm-hmm. Then Cole's family getting punching bagged out and being like, oh, we're fine. Everything's fine. Let's be a happy family. Sorry, you have to traverse the realms and never spend time with us, but at least we're fine.
Well, yeah. No, I know, but I mean, I think that's why they didn't kill him off. It was probably, it could have been like a producer decision. They're like, it's too sad.
Probably. Yeah. But I think it's also a sad ending that it's like Daddy's never
killing the audience.
Yeah.
Maybe just like, I don't know. It's fault. They put a bad character archetype in a movie that didn't need it. The only reason his family was there was so the audience could be like, oh, a family. The only reason they got kidnapped was to be like, oh, no, he has a reason to care. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had a reason to care because he doesn't need to be there because he doesn't care. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't deserve any of the things that's happening to him. Don't make him the bloodline of Scorpion, too. It's stupid.
I like them.
You can have him.
Yeah,
you like them because he's the whitest.
Yeah, he's the whitest Asian I've ever seen.
Oh my god! Actually, what's interesting is this movie has been talked about for a while now, like a script leaked and whatever. And I did not read any of it. I wanted to actually genuinely go into this, but his name was Cole Turner for the longest time.
Cole Turkey.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Cole Turner, son of Timmy Turner.
But for the longest time, I'm like catching myself every time I have to say his name because I want to say Cole Turner because we've been bitching about him for years now. And they finally changed it to Cole Young. I'm going to assume because he's slightly Asian and that sounds more Asian.
Yeah.
I guess like the
putting
actor.
A drop of teriyaki into a fucking
on a pizza.
This is like a real guy we were talking about here, by the way.
No, I know he's a real guy and he's a real Asian guy, but the character's name is not his name.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough.
So his name was Cole Turner. Then they hire this guy and they're like, oh well, let's make it Cole Young to like reflect him a little bit. So it does kind of make me wonder, like, at what point did they connect him to Scorpion? Is that why they wanted someone with more of an Asian look to them, an Asian name to them? Was Cole Turner too far outside of it? Was it the actor getting hired that made them change the name?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways they could have done this.
Right.
I mean, I guess if they didn't have Cole in it, I guess it would have made it better. I guess I just didn't mind him, but I can see how him not being in it probably would have been better. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing Cole Young as a playable character in Mortal Kombat 37.
The problem is he's going to be a joke from now on. Like, even if they don't make another movie, we're always going to remember him with, like, Meat and Mocap and Apep and Cole Young. Like, he's going to be in that list of, like, obscure Mortal Kombat characters. Like, oh, I hope they bring Zero back in this fucking... oh, remember Baylock from MK4? Like... It's going to be this joke character that everybody forgets.
I can do this
like,
too.
You're not a true Mortal Kombat fan if you don't know this guy.
I can do that too, except with my franchise, they actually did it with like, oh, they're going to bring back Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel.
Yeah. Well, that's because they let a fan design a game.
Yeah, true.
Oh, maybe Cole's from a game you don't know.
Oh, you're right. That's probably it.
Maybe Cole was in a background shot of Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Maybe Cole is Hornbuckle the whole time and he fought Blaze.
He took his mask off.
Also, another quick aside, someone like Jax versus Reiko on the pit, and you don't throw someone into the pit?
Well, that's what my friend said. He was like, I was like, oh, is he going to smash his head? And Paul goes, the pit's right there. He's going to throw him in the pit. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then he smashed his head. I was like, wow, I can't be upset about him smashing his head. But
no, you can't.
That is
the
strange.
The trailer ruins that anyway.
See, I didn't watch the trailers. I don't watch trailers for stuff I actually want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, all the deaths were ruined in the movie, except Natara. Natara is the only death they didn't ruin in the movie, in the trailer, I mean.
Because you guys would have been out in the streets rioting.
But, like, yeah, that very unimpactful head slap. It was very, like...
Well,
there was no like, shake or boom or anything. It was real fast.
It wasn't... The head exploded well, but there wasn't... You're right, there wasn't... Like, I always thought he, like, clapped his hands together.
Yeah.
This was really like, it was Christina said, oh, that was like a Riccio death. I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, it was the same effect level, because Riccio didn't really have, like, they used practical effects, but I was expecting, like, maybe a graphical effect or a big boom or even a camera shake or something like...
Hey, you know what? They can always add that in later.
Oh, maybe they can.
I mean, they do that shit. I know you didn't watch The Mandalorian, but there was a flub where a stagehand was in a shot, and everyone thought it was great. Yeah. Everyone thought it was great, and then they actually edited it out. Like a bug in a video game. They edited it out of a lot. You know, I was like, oh, that sucks.
I can't wait to watch Mortal Kombat version 1.2.
I mean, yeah. I actually... This is a segue away from Mortal Kombat, unless if you have other things to say about it. I don't have any other questions.
Okay, no, I think I've said my piece. Like, it's an okay enough movie. There's some flaws. There are some glaring flaws, and I do think it only perpetuates the fact that some of these characters that you might have been excited to see are never going to be seen again, because now they had their chance and they chose to treat them like fodder and trash. So just stop asking. We're never going to see Natara properly. We're never going to see Reiko again. This is what they think of these characters. So
Goro's probably coming back.
Well, Goro. So Goro has become he's strong guy. How we make our character look strong? Just one shot Goro. Like in Scorpion's Revenge, when Scorpion just one shots Goro. When Liu Kang can't beat him. Like, he's just the thing you kill to be strong guy in movie now. I don't like that that's what's going on. So we'll see. Goro may come back, but he's just going to be fodder again, too.
Because he had that guy, the bad guy, I can never remember his fucking name.
Shang Tsung?
Thank you. He had that line at the end, like, no one's ever really gone, or whatever the hell he said. I'll be back with armies, and then as he's saying that, like, Sub-Zero and Goro and everyone else is, like, disappearing. So, I mean, in the last game... Didn't characters come back as like zombie-ish?
Yeah, it's not.
I know it's probably like a huge lore thing, but I mean,
they can do anything that they want. Shang Tsung does not have the capability to do that.
Okay.
That is like a Quan Chi. Like, that's necromancy, straight up necromancy.
Well, Quan Chi might show up in the next movie.
He could show up. I mean, his Shinnok's amulet was there, but, like, if they're doing a Deadly Alliance thing, that would be interesting. But, like, Shao Kahn has armies. Like, that's where Baraka comes from. He's a general of the Chakotay army.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
I assume, like, that might be what he means. But, like, I don't know. Maybe they're in cahoots. Maybe that's what they are doing. They're doing, like, a Deadly Alliance thing. That was the point of the Deadly Alliance. Like, they found a mummified army. Quan Chi was like, cool, I can bring them back, but I can't transfer souls into them. Who can control souls? Oh shit, Shang Tsung. If we get together, we could actually, like, fuck things up. And then they do.
Yeah. I bet.
And then they win. They win. It was like the first time the villains won.
Oh, wow.
They kill Liu Kang and they fucking win. They kill Johnny Cage. They kill Katana. They fucking win. And then the owner of the army shows up. And there's like, quit using my army. And he fucking kills them.
No, I was gonna say it's not much I wanted to say, but I forgot that my friend had sent me a link to the despecialized versions of Star Wars. Episode 4, 5, and 6. I was watching episode. What did I say? I was watching. Yeah, I thought I did. I was watching A New Hope today, and we were talking about I can't wait for Mortal Kombat version 1.2, but this is Star Wars version 1.0.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing Mos Eisley without all this stupid CG fucking horse shit going on around it. It was nice.
To be fair, they don't really do that often, and most of the times people mention that, it is literally Star Wars.
Oh no, you're right for sure. I'm just saying, it's cool. I only meant that in contrast to how they change. Yeah. They change things now, like on the fly, because they can. This is nice that people got together and took all those changes out.
Listen, I don't want to get into it, but we're moving into a digital hell where you can't even own the things that you own, and things are going away fast, and the history is going to be impossible to record because stuff just isn't going to exist. Not to like, God help me, Fortnite. Say what you want about Fortnite, but you can't argue that it wasn't hugely successful and popular.
Yeah, of course.
And 20 years from now, when you're trying to remember history of video games, and like, what was like the first popular battle royale game? Like, I know it wasn't the first, but what was the one that like really popular? There was this thing called Fortnite. Like, you can't play it. You can watch some Twitch streamers, but a lot of those videos are deleted. Like, I guess I'll just watch someone else play it and infer what it was like. You'll never be able to touch it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it will just
because
be gone. Gone
it's
from
a server
history.
game. It's nothing you can actually. Yeah. I mean, people.
And that's. Everything's digital. Everything's turning digital now, and that's the same shit. Apple and Amazon are getting in trouble because they're saying like you can buy movies, and then if they remove it from the list, you can't watch it anymore. So you just bought a movie, and now it's gone.
Yeah, I don't really buy too many digital games, or
no.
I've never really bought a digital movie. I only did it once, and it was because a Ringu was only available to buy, but it was $1.99.
No shit, Ring 2 was the only one that we've ever rented.
Okay, that's
yeah.
I was looking through my PS3 downloads before they announced that the store wasn't shutting down, and for some reason I owned the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles movie on there.
Oh, what in the I mean, I thought that movie was all right.
Free at some point.
It was a C. It was a solid C.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but like, again, what's important to me is not so much sticking to lore, it's just getting the characters right. Now, of course, with Mortal Kombat, I didn't know they got some of those characters very wrong because I don't know the characters.
Yeah,
but I know that I know the characters for TMNT. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not that. I mean, you know, it's not that hard to make sure that Donatello does machines. Yep. Michelangelo's the party guy. You know, it's like it's not that hard. All you have to do is watch the fucking 80s intro theme, and you can get those characters right.
This wasn't meant to be like a discussion about the Michael Bay movie. That's the only time I ever bought a digital movie.
No, it was Mitch. That's why you had me on the show.
Wait,
you specifically brought me here to talk about this movie.
I can loop this back, though, because a game that you can't buy anymore is Marvel vs. Capcom 1, which is on a thing I bought recently because I'm so responsible with money. I bought the X-Men vs. Street Fighter arcade 1-up cabinet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was on sale at Walmart.
I don't. How much was it? Like $200?
Like $350. Normally it's like $450, something like that. I can justify that. That's fine.
$450. What kind of cabinet is it? Is it like 4 players?
2-player, but it comes. I think it's light up and it comes with the riser. So.
Oh, okay. Because like when I bought the Street Fighter one, now of course this is one of the first ones of them. I got it for like $200.
Yeah, but what's on that besides Street Fighter 2?
It was Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Tournament Edition, and then some other Street Fighter.
Okay, because this has got Marvel vs. Capcom 1, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, X-Men Children of the Atom, and X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. So, and apparently it uses Wi-Fi too, so you can play it online. I don't know how long that's going to last, but
that's neat.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I spent $500 in that fucking Outrun cabinet, so yeah. I'm not saying you got ripped off. I was just confused.
Yeah. Hey, Mitch, this is completely aside. Like, unrelated to anything. But do you play Binding of Isaac? I'm not asking you, Matt, because it's a hard game. No, and I know you will just get frustrated and have no interest in that.
No, I've beaten Binding of Isaac Rebirth like once. Why are you talking about that new expansion?
Yeah, they did an amazing job with it. It's super hard now, but they added, like, they went above and beyond anything you could imagine.
Yeah.
What's
the expansion called? Afterbirth, or?
Well, there's Repentance, then Afterbirth, then Afterbirth Plus, and now it's Repentance is the new one.
Oh, okay.
Repentance is the most recent one. But the level of detail and effort, like they went and changed sprites just to give them more personality for no reason.
Huh.
Like there are crazy amounts of synergies and stuff. And I have been trying to get people to remote play because they added true 4-player co-op.
Oh. Interesting.
They had like a shitty co-op where you came in as like this like generated floating baby character. And you can still play that mode if you want. It's an option, but like you can do proper co-op and you have to like decide who gets what upgrades and all that shit. And they did a really good job. And I'm just always looking for some.
Does Crawl have remote play? Because I have Crawl now.
I don't know if it does, but that would be worth trying because Crawl
It
is a
should,
blast.
'cause that's a good ass game.
Yeah, Crawl kicks ass.
The one time we played it at your house, I was like, I gotta buy this. So.
Yeah. Well, you don't need it. Like, that's the best thing about remote play. If you are unaware or anyone listening is unaware, like, only one person needs it.
Oh, okay.
You literally go into their game.
Oh.
Okay.
So
I
if you
never
don't
did
have...
it before. I just know what it is, kind of, sort of.
So, Matt, theoretically, like, I know you probably would get frustrated.
No, I don't.
But, like, if
that.
you wanted to play Isaac, I could load it up right this second. You just log on to Steam and you would just join my game.
That's cool. Well, that's like what I do for work. I mean, working from home, you RDP. I guess that's the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's, like, not to quote a meme or anything, but, like, it does just work. You click a thing, you invite a person, they click a link, and you're in.
That's pretty sweet.
Super simple.
This is also unrelated, but when I went yesterday, I picked up a couple of TVs. And,
I'm sorry, there's just
how many
funny.
is that now? 10?
Three friends that don't get to talk too much, and now we're like live on a show, and it's like, yeah, but what have you been up to, buddy? Like,
I bought the Valve Index because I'm extremely fiscally responsible.
Great.
I don't mind spending
your
$1,000
TVs. What
on
about your
bullshit.
TVs?
No, I was wearing an N64 shirt, and I bought a flat screen for my sister off of this app because she wanted one. I got it for like $40. But he says, "Oh, I like your shirt. I used to play the N64." I was like, "I still do," and he's like, "Oh."
I'm 30.
Yeah, he looked older than me. That's what was funny about it. But that's so yeah. What did you wait? It's a VR thing, right? Didn't you talk about that the last time?
What VR? What?
No. What Mitch just said.
Oh, Mitch sucks.
I had bought the Valve Index last time we recorded, but I hadn't received it. I have it now.
Oh, have you tried it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Did you play Alex? I mean, wait, what's that game called? Half-Life Alex.
Oh, Half-Life Alex. No, not yet. No, because I want to play the other Half-Life games first. I have played Phasmophobia and Beat Saber, so
Beat Saber looks fun.
Beat Saber's fun, especially when you mod it so you could get all the custom songs that people put on the internet.
Great. That sounds great.
Like Friday Night Freakin'?
Funkin'. Yo, that game is awesome.
Yes,
like,
it is.
I can't play it because I'm not good at that shit, and my arrow keys are smaller than most arrow keys, so it's especially hard.
I can't really play it well with the arrow keys either. Hopefully you could play with a controller. I'm going to try.
I haven't been able to find a version you can play with a controller.
Oh,
maybe when they get the like PC download version ready, that I assume the Kickstarter is building towards.
Okay.
Yeah, that first song, that song and that MILF song, those are the two.
MILF is amazing. You know those are on Spotify, right?
No shit, really?
Yeah, dude. Kawaii Sprite, the composer, was freaking out because he got in like the top 40 or whatever of Spotify the week they put that on there.
No
shit.
He's like a fucking soundtrack for a Newgrounds Flash game. Got in like the top 40 on Spotify. This is nuts.
And okay, all right. To bring this back around, let's go full circle, right? Right. So now, freaking out because this dumb Flash game is on top 40 Spotify. Clearly, there's an audience for it, and these songs are kick ass.
Yeah.
And Flash is dead. So now you got to go hunt for the game. If you want to play the game, you have to watch someone play it on Steam or go to their hosted website and play an alpha version, or not an alpha version, but like a 1.0 version. You can't just go to Newgrounds and boot it up now.
No, whatever they're using on Newgrounds now is like. Oh, you meant Binding of Isaac? Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
No. I meant Friday Night Funkin'. Like you have to.
Whatever they use on Newgrounds is like it's like some other thing. It might be like HTML5 or whatever. But...
Yeah, but you can't find the old Flash shit.
Some of it has been repurposed because they were trying to make their own Newgrounds player, and then some guys from 4chan on the Flash board, or like some developers were making a plugin called Ruffle.rs, which is able to like emulate Flash.
Yeah, I saw there's like a huge folder about like they were trying to compile everything ever done in Flash so you could emulate it through that, which that's the effort you have to go through when you're just going to delete something, by the way.
Yeah.
To show like
I still get the
how
pop-up
important
from
it is to
Adobe that's
preserve
like, oh, you should
things.
uninstall Flash, and I'm like, no. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
why the fuck did you ever do that?
I don't
Because
know.
Flash still works, like you just can't upload it anywhere. Like if you made a Flash animation, you could still do it.
But I don't have. I got this new computer back in like August, so it doesn't have all the Flash plugins installed anymore. So I just can't.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you could like old BIOS, you can make it and then like export it as like an AVI or something. Not that AVI is.
Well, no, I meant like in terms of like viewing Flash content on the internet. I still have Flash that I can like make on here with the program itself. And if I want to export it as a movie file, Newgrounds has a program they made called Swivel, which is a really good Flash conversion.
Swivel still works.
Yeah.
I thought like, okay, well that's good that Swivel still works.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a program. Like, it's a separate program. I mean, I don't know how you were doing it before, but I just downloaded the EXE.
Easy, I wasn't. I was just making stuff and keeping it for myself because no one gives a shit about what I animate.
Right. I do want to try learning how to animate in Clip Studio Paint, though, because it seems like I might have better artistic control over, like, the individual frames and stuff, just because it's literally just Clip Studio Paint. But
is it subscription-based, too?
It's what?
Is it subscription-based, too?
No, it's a Japanese program, so they're cool. You just pay one time, and it's...
but
animating in Clip Studio Paint is weird, because, like, every frame is put in its own folder. It's weird. I have to figure out how it works.
That sounds ridiculous.
It's extremely weird compared to Flash, but when I finally do figure that shit out, I'm going to put
every frame needs its own computer.
Dude, seriously, it is the weirdest layout of... It is the weirdest way to like animate shit compared to like how I'm used to doing it in the Flash timeline, but people who know how to use it swear by it. So,
oh man, this animation is 60 folders a second.
The only thing that sucks about animating in Clip Studio Paint is I think you can only make animations up to like 30 frames if you have the lower version of Clip Studio Paint, which is $50 normally, $25 when it goes on sale. But if you have the EX version, which is like $100-something, then you can animate as much as you want. But it's
50 frame limit or 50 frames a second?
No, like a 30 frame limit, I think.
30 frame limit, not a 30 frame per second.
I think that, or it's like 30 seconds. I forget, but I'm pretty sure.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, well, you can have a second of animation.
Yeah, well, that's because it's like they have like two tiers. They have Clip Studio Paint Pro, which is the cheaper one.
What? I'm sorry, like I appreciate that it's a one-time purchase, but $50 for a second of animation is a little ridiculous.
Well, the program, I mean, it's not. It's like most people use it just for art. Most people aren't using it for animation. Like if you wanted to do animation, you either pirate Flash or you go get Toon Boom. But I'm pretty sure the Japanese use Clip Studio Paint for animation for a lot of shit. So I don't know. Okay.
I might look into it, but I haven't had a chance to draw anything in like a year.
I was going to say, if you draw regularly, getting Clip Studio Paint when it's on sale and it's only $25 is extremely great. I eventually upgraded to the EX version because I wanted all the shit, because it's also got like... It used to be Manga Studio, so it's got all like the manga stuff too. Like you can put the pages in order and like a bit and like and export it to Kindle and shit like that. So I thought that was eventually worth it for me when I started doing Moxie. But, the animation stuff was just kind of an extra bonus, but... Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't, like, since I stopped doing the show and, like, got a different job that, like, I don't have time at work. Like, I haven't drawn in forever.
Dude, it sucks because I still have my full-time job, but now not only do I do the thumbnails for this and for Nude Clan.
You know what?
I also... What?
Nothing, go ahead.
No, that's the podcast. That's the other podcast I'm on, but...
Oh, okay.
I swear I told you about it.
Probably. Listen, Mitch, I can't keep track of everything.
Anyway, I do thumbnails for two different podcasts, and I've stopped doing the comic for a bit just because I've been lazy, but also doing that comic and just trying to draw other shit and taking commissions. So it's just, I know your pain. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know your pain. Because on top of that, sometimes I want to play video games.
Sometimes I want to play video games, yeah, and that's been like taking priority of like I need to de-stress, especially after this last year. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, you know what, $1,000 for a VR headset. Yeah, better than the PlayStation one at least.
Ugh.
So now I can play Necopara VR or whatever the fuck.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well,
I did buy a VR bundle off Humble recently, so now I have Borderlands 2 in VR, which I've never played Borderlands 2, so that'll be interesting.
You've never played Borderlands 2, period?
I've never played Borderlands 2. The only one I've ever played was Borderlands 1, and that was just the base game. I didn't play any of the expansions.
Wow, Borderlands 2 is way better.
I'm sure it is.
Anyone that's not David, because David has no taste. But like Borderlands 2 is excellent.
Yeah, I think David just hates it because of the writing, which I don't blame him.
No, he said it was boring, and he's wrong because I'm literally playing
David
through it.
David does have no taste, you're right?
Yeah, he has terrible taste. But I will say the memes don't hold up. There is.
I'm sure they don't.
There's a good amount of meme jokes in there, and boy, you're like, where and when am I?
When I played The Lab, which is Valve's like little Wii Sports thing, where it's just a bunch of little mini games that you play in VR, and one of them is just shooting the cores from the Portal series into like piles of boxes, like it's like Angry Birds or something. And all the cores have different voices and different personalities, and when the fucking second core is literally Morty's voice saying like, "Oh, hey, what are we doing?" I'm like, "Oh, god damn it, dude." And then there's one that's voiced by Rick. It's like, "Hey, I'm the Plague Core." I'm like, "Oh god fucking damn it, this is gonna age like milk."
No. Oh,
Maybe eventually I'll play Accounting, which is one of the like many Justin Roiland VR games, and let Matt know how fucking bad it is.
The only time I laughed at I turned myself into a pickle was because this military guy was like in an evac stretcher that was all green, and like he's like strapped into this thing where you cannot move, and it's like pickle shaped. So he's there going, "Morty, I turned myself into a pickle." I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny because it's like because he's just and he it's just this military guy yelling that while he's like can't move at all. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, well this guy's dying.
Yeah.
well, he's dying. The layers of fun. Yeah, sorry. That's what got me to stop watching Vinny years and years ago because he kept doing too many Rick and Morty impressions.
And then he
and now that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
Wasn't it all proven to be fake anyway?
Yeah, I think so.
Like I didn't buy it from minute one. But
no,
like...
I didn't buy it, but I think I don't know if all of it's fake. I think most of it. I think like 95%. It does seem like either people lying to get back at him. Or
wait, are you telling me that Vinny Vine Sauce is straight? We can't have that in 2021.
I don't know where this joke came from, but man, am I seeing that a lot.
Dude, no, I'm like, these people are getting outed, like, before people find out, oh, they weren't fucking a kid. They were fucking someone who was of legal age, and it's just like, wait, they're straight? Oh, okay. That's not a big deal, but whatever.
Got it. I don't know
I'm just
what's
tired
going
of it. I'm tired of the internet.
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know what like kind of horrible blacklist I'll be put on for saying that I don't think he did anything wrong.
Yeah, well,
live on the internet.
You're in good hands here. No one who would put you on that blacklist listens to our show yet. So.
That's what you think.
What, is Dave going to put you on a blacklist?
Well, wait till Down the Rabbit Hole does an episode about Mortal Kombat the movie, and then everyone will be searching for this.
Fuck. God damn. I hope not. Well, I said we're naming the episode. What was it? Josh Combat or
Mortal Joshbat?
Yeah.
What? Not Josh Slane? Or does that kill the joke? I know you hate killing the joke.
Oh, I don't even remember what that rule was. I do. I vaguely remember that now, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, that's right, because it was using a joke in a title.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was wow. I was a fucking maniac.
Broken
back then,
that.
Huh?
We have broken that rule many a time recently. So
yeah. Well, everything's just been cum. But I figured
if it hasn't been cum, it's also just been like, I mean, what did I say with Captain Coomerbang for Captain Boomerang?
Yeah, but that's still cum.
No, but wasn't that something we said in the show?
Oh, probably.
I don't remember. I mean, you include the after show in the main episode now, so technically every time we come up with an episode title, it's in the show. So
yeah, that's probably why that rule ended.
I bought another thing for $10 that would make Alex happy. Hold on, let me grab it.
Right, I gotta go soon, so hurry.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that a Proto Man arm?
No, it's the upgraded Mega Man X arm.
Oh, I was gonna say.
And then when you turn it off, it does this. That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
But no, this is cool. Mitch, you should come to game night some night, or we should play something.
Invite me, you motherfucker.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Well, like, I never talk to you anymore. And, like, I'm not good at reaching out. I assume if no one's talking to me.
What's the last thing I texted you about? Hold on, let's see here.
Yeah, no, hold on.
Because I text you occasionally when I think of something that you'll like.
See you at MagFest 2016.
Nude Clan. That is the last thing you said. Hold on.
Because you were like, you play Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, play Ghost of Tsushima because it's really good. I've heard Nude Clan is here's the latest episode, and I didn't listen to it.
Oh, I got to break to the one host of Nude Clan recently that I'm not, in fact, Jewish, so that was fun.
Oh, great.
But I am, in fact, Jewish.
No, apparently I saw an article that says 23andMe just makes everyone Jewish, so there might not be any legitimacy.
No,
there.
you're telling me it's a lie? I want to
might
be Jewish so bad. How am I going to escape the camps if I'm not fucking Jewish?
This just reminds me of the song by Mindless Self-Indulgence, I Want to Be Black, but it's just I want to be Jewish.
Fair enough.
Also, I want to point out, yes, play Ghost of Tsushima, like Nude Clan, play Ghost of Tsushima. Then the thing is, so I assume you hate the new Mortal Kombat trailer.
Oh, Jesus.
And then before that was end of January.
Yeah.
So I talk to you about one dumb thing like every 3 or 4 months.
I forget I can text you. I forget because you're not on the internet. But I think about you all the time when I masturbate. But it's
Oh, excellent.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what your schedule is. We should talk about it before
Oh,
like
yeah,
not on the air.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I'll stop the show right now. What episode was this? We never said.
Hold on, I have the soundboard now. I work at, and my work hours are.
I hate you.